So we are on beautiful Marsh Road here in DeLand, Florida. And we're heading up to Ormond. We are going to run the loop. Hot day. It's about 97 degrees. The real feel is about 107. So it is warm out here, toasty warm. But listen, it's never too hot for a beautiful ride. Beautiful country. Look at this. Real Florida. Not the parks, not Disney, not Universal or Orlando. This is Florida, right here. We're coming up on our beautiful A1A. There's the old Flagler Pier, no longer open. Hurricane Irma took out the end of the pier, so it is closed to fishing and being able to walk out on it. I don't know if they'll ever rebuild it. I don't know what the plan is with that. Always crowded here, but look at that water. That water is just pristine. So it'll be this way for about a half a mile, sort of stop and go. Miserable in this heat, but we fully expect this. And we're not too far from the north entrance of the loop. It is clouding up a bit, but my God, look at the color of that water. That is just beautiful. For anyone who says West Coast Florida has nicer beaches, they've never seen this. Because it doesn't get any nicer. And I do hear that a lot. Oh yeah, West Coast. They have, where should we go? West Coast. They have nicer beaches. BS. You can't, it doesn't get any nicer than that. It's hard to make an argument for any beaches being nicer than this. So good luck with that, West Coasters. I'll take these beaches. I would not deal with the congestion and the traffic and all the other nonsense that comes with the West Coast. We'll take this area. Yeah, it is congested through here, but this is not typical. This part of Florida is much less congested than the West Coast is. Bulkhead, the seawall here. This is just damage from previous hurricanes. This road has collapsed many, many times during hurricanes. So you can see what goes into rebuilding all of this and extending out that seawall to try to protect against those future storms as we approach hurricane season again in a couple of months. And that water out there is awfully warm this year. So we'll see what's in store for us with hurricane season. But they've done a good job of just pushing this seawall. This normally comes right up to the road. Of course, they've lost all these dunes, but they are rebuilding. They always do. Beginning of the loop, if you take it from the A1A, you're going to make the right if you're traveling south, the left if you're traveling north on High Bridge. And this is where the loop starts. And this is a very, very popular ride if you come up here during bike week or just tons and tons of people. We got the drawbridge open, so we're gonna have a little bit of a wait. But really, really popular ride, and you'll see why. It's beautiful. Let's get back on it. This is the intercoastal waterway that we're crossing over. Just beautiful salt marsh in here. I don't know if that's considered salt marsh. I would think that's what it is, but I could be wrong. Boy, does that shade feel good. And we're going to be coming through a lot of this Florida black hammock. And the beauty of that, and black hammock is where these trees reach up over the road. They form these sort of low-hanging tunnels. And the beauty is that as you come through them, the temperature typically drops about 5 degrees plus, sometimes even more than that. And you just get this nice, refreshing, shaded area to ride in. All right. Maybe now that everything's spread out a bit, this will be a little nicer. Real popular place for fishing, these little bridges here. And I'm thinking they must catch because there's always people here. Into the black hammock. Look at this. I mean, is this beautiful or what? This is what's meant by old Florida. Just this unspoiled, raw, just primal looking areas of Florida that have gone untouched. The way they would have appeared minus the road 10,000 years ago. Spanish moss hanging off the oaks. Just the twisted branches reaching over the road. Just, it's absolutely beautiful. And if you ever do come up into this area, make it your business to ride this. Not hard to find. High Bridge off of the A1A. Just kind of make all your lefts. It's all left turns till you get to this road, and then this is going to take us almost all the way straight out, as you'll see. If you go in here, that's where the Fairchild Oak is, which is the biggest and oldest tree in Florida. 2,500 years old, 30 foot around. I actually have a video where Cricket and I visited the Fairchild Oak, so be sure to check that out. That is an amazing, amazing thing to see. We really are blessed to have this in our backyard. And like I said, we make this ride when all the crazies have left for Daytona Bike Week and Biketoberfest. You know, the locals don't come here during those times. We let you guys at it, and when everybody goes home and it's nice and empty and open like this, this is when we ride. This is when we enjoy it. Particularly in the wintertime. This is just a beautiful ride when it's cooler out. Stays green like this year round. So whether you're coming through here in you know, June, or whether you're coming in here through February, this looks exactly the same. And it's been a particularly dry season. There's all kind of burn bans in effect. We have not had the rain that we need, but next week we're supposed to get 5-6 inches of rain up in this area, so we're gonna, you know, we'll be making up some of that deficit. And as we get a little closer down here where it becomes a little more developed, this is where the bigger homes in the area are. You'll see some pretty palatial estates down here. And now we start getting into the more residential areas. And like I said, you'll see some smaller homes, and you're also going to see some really beautiful big homes like these. See, there are even new construction here. Just massive, massive homes. Probably very expensive to insure, because they are waterfront. But I guess if you can afford homes like this, you can afford the insurance. I think that's one of the things that makes the ride so nice, is how diverse the landscape is. Go through all these little ecosystems. These are where the smaller homes are. These homes have been here longer. And still beautiful. You can tell that these houses are very well cared for, very well manicured. The beauty of an adventure bike is when you soar, you just stand up. That's what they're designed for. If anybody comes here by motorcycle, or if you're just visiting the area and you have a means to drive, check out the Ormond Loop. Absolutely beautiful, worth seeing. Stop off and see the Fairchild Oak. No charge to get into that little park, but it really is memorable. And that's it. You will definitely enjoy this part of our state. Florida is more than amusement parks. We have some beautiful things to see here, and the Ormond Loop is just an example of it.